Today I decided to have a little fun here on the channel with a product that arrived kind of out of the blue. I didn't order it, no company told me they were sending it, I don't really know anything about it, but when it got here I posted on Twitter that I had received another mini gaming PC, and I didn't really know what to do with it. Well, we figured it out. Today we build the world's smallest, portable, pocketable, all-in-one gaming solution that, mostly works. So thanks for stopping by and checking out today's video, guys. My name is Brian and this is the BPS Customs YouTube channel. If you like this kind of content and you want to see more, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and that bell icon in case you want to get notified whenever I post a new video, which is at least once a week. So what exactly is the Magic Box by Ace Magician? I don't really know. It's not infrequent that products arrive here unannounced. A lot of companies that I have established relationships with will send me their new stuff and anticipate that I'll use it in a video or do a build with it or something along those lines. And I'm happy to do so. But for companies that I don't have an established relationship with, and honestly, I'm not even familiar with the company at all, it seems kind of bizarre that this would just show up out of the blue. I don't really know what prompted this, and even doing some Googling, I was really unable to find out anything about the company at all. It's likely that this is a Chinese brand that got my information from maybe a different vendor that had sent me something and decided to send me over their new mini PC. So let's talk about it. This particular Magic Box comes with a Ryzen 5 4500U processor, 16 gigs of DDR4, and a 500 gig M.2 SSD. Opening it up, you can see that the parts are pretty easily accessible. You could swap out the SSD and even add a second one, and the memory modules are slotted into DIMM slots so that you can change or upgrade them if you see fit. I wasn't about to break this thing down any further because I didn't have any support that I could lean on in case things went wrong. So what I wanted to do is try to figure out what to do with it. And I know this has probably been done in the past, and maybe you guys are familiar with a video that Kyle did every time now. Kyle's video is going to be linked right up here, and yeah, I'm not the first person to do a mini PC gaming setup, but I figured with a piece of hardware that I didn't have very much else to do with, this might be a fun project to take on. Now, my first challenge was keyboard, because I wanted a full-size keyboard, or at least one with full-size keys that I could reasonably type on if I needed to, and also game with. But I didn't want something that was fold up or Bluetooth or compacted the typing experience because I have pretty large hands and I've tried that before, it doesn't really work. So how am I gonna get a full-size keyboard in a pocketable solution? Well, I found this one from Sangwoo that actually just rolls up. So it's completely covered in a rubber membrane. I think it's waterproof or water resistant, and it just rolls right up and fits in your pocket, no problem. It's connected via USB-A and seems like a good solution to me. Now, when we're talking about mice, you do have a lot of options for small portable mice. There is actually a pretty big market for this kind of stuff. I went with this one from Logitech. This is their M317C. It's got this cool funky design. It's wireless, it fits in the palm of my hand, and it'll do the job just fine for as accurate as we need our gaming performance to be. For a screen, I had a couple different parameters that I needed to hit. First of all, it couldn't be too small. A 4-inch or 5-inch display, trying to game on that is gonna be really difficult. You're gonna have a tough time making out any kind of detail, and any fast-paced shooter or something is just not gonna be feasible. Anything bigger than 7 or 8 inches is probably not gonna be pocketable. So what I ended up going with is actually the same screen that I used when I did my how to build an IDA64 sensor panel video, which you can find right up there. This is a 7-inch touchscreen with built-in speakers. So not only do you have this touchscreen that's fairly small and pocketable, but it also provides you with an audio solution so you don't have to carry headphones with you. It's also powered directly off of USB power from the Magic Box itself and has a full-size HDMI input. Now, the resolution on this screen is only 1024 by 600, but when you're dealing with small form factor devices, you do not need 1080p or 4K resolution. It just actually makes no sense at all. It's kind of the same argument that I've had when talking about phones for a couple of years now. I don't need a 4K display on a 5-inch screen. That doesn't make any sense. Lower resolution leads to less power consumption and better performance, and you're not going to be missing out on any of the crazy intricate details because you wouldn't be able to see them anyway on a screen of this size. So this is actually going to be a perfect solution for what we're going for here. And because it has these little mounting tabs, I was able to just put a couple of zip ties together and kind of hang it from the top here, and it sits just fine at a really good angle for you to actually game on. So let's talk about the performance of everything once we put it all together. It's actually really good. I'm not about to put this system through Cyberpunk or any crazy benchmarks because clearly that's not what it's for. But I wanted to see if I could have a good time playing CSGO and Rocket League, and yeah, I shot way too much B-roll of me just goofing around, playing CSGO or in the training simulator in Rocket League, just driving around the arena, and it was great fun and performed way better than I expected. CSGO is running between 120 and 150 frames per second on average, and that seems well into the realm of acceptable for a build like this. And Rocket League was between, I don't know, 60 and 70 frames per second, and I didn't have any hitching or stuttering, and frame time consistency was really good. So while this project clearly isn't for everybody, if you're ever in a situation where you need a miniature gaming setup and you want something that you could just toss in a backpack or even fit in some larger size pockets, this actually will do the job. I'm not entirely sure what kind of practical applications it might have. I don't know that you're going to a LAN party with something like this, or if LAN parties even exist anymore. But the fact that you can build something like this and that it's functional and fun and doesn't seem to run with any problems at all, I'm pretty happy with. Now, just talking about the Magic Box and the company Ace Magician for a second, I would be hesitant to recommend that you guys go out and try to find something like this to buy. Not because it doesn't perform well or seem to be a legitimate piece of hardware, but just because I don't know anything about it. I don't recommend products that I can't legitimize through some research on my own, and this certainly fits that bill. I couldn't really find them in Google at all, any information or anything like that. I would definitely recommend that you go with a company like Minis Forum, like that PC that we built a few weeks ago, because that actually is a company that exists that you can reach out to and talk to in Google. So that seems to be a way better solution than connecting something like this up to your network where you don't really know what's in it and who built it. So I wouldn't recommend that you go out and try to find this particular miniature PC, but if this is something that you're into, there are other solutions that are out there, and I'll leave a couple down below linked in the video description. So that's it, guys. No super in-depth testing, no crazy B-roll or anything like that today. This is just kind of a fun video that I wanted to put together and see how something like this actually worked and if it was doable, and it clearly is. So what do you guys think of the Magic Box by Ace Magician or any of the hardware that we showed off here today? Is this a cool little project that you might want to try at home? Maybe make an emulator box or something like that. Let me know down below in the comments and leave a like on this video if you did like it. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.